Okay, this is my second attempt at this. My first attempt was 30 minutes long, so I'm going to try and shorten it down. I'm going to speed through it. So this is my page. We'll ignore it. So you guys were asking for checkpoints. I didn't do them, sadly. I hadn't read the assignment brief, like, document until literally, like, a couple of days ago. And I guess that kind of threw me into a bit of a panic because I don't want to be capped at 40%, and I didn't intentionally not include checkpoints. It was my lack of ability to read, so I do apologise, and all I can ask for is for you guys to not cap me. I didn't do it purposefully, and I know I should have read it. That's on me. I do take full responsibility, but I will clarify here where I achieved everything. So, added sign-up functionality for both candidate and contractor. That is the commit where I believe I'd hit both the first two checkpoints, because I hit the first checkpoint there. That I think got me to 3 pages or just over, and then throughout the entirety of the project from the start, I was already, drawing data from the database. It was never static, like input data by me. It was always from the database, and the database has been populated since the start. And then here on the commit on the 8th, back end, front end, kind of almost finished, should have been committing more regularly, but I was having trouble with Git. That is where I hit the checkpoint model extended. I believe because I added an additional table and added more pages and just made it all nicer, added authentication and all that stuff. I also added a declaration, a markdown file, which I'll talk about in a minute. I was having trouble with Git because after this commit on the 3rd, I decided to upgrade to Linux. I've always wanted to do it, and I thought that was a good time for some reason before this was due. But yeah, anyways, I won't dwell on that too long. The last video took way too long, so I'm just trying to speed it up a little bit. Don't want to take up too much of your time. So if you see me looking on the side, I'm just reading the document, this one here, and it's just on another tab. So that was my review of Git history. A description of models being used for the site, showing both the code and the admin screens. So we've got the council model. I changed the slug functionality. It still gives a slug, but I removed the thing in admin.py, this here, because I didn't like it. Just wasn't vibing with it. Was not feeling it. And as you can see here, I overrode the save function, and this just checks if there is no slug, then to slugify the name of the council and add it to the slug field. And that's all nice and dandy. So that's what I did. Then for project, we've got literally the same thing. Instead, it turns the title and the primary key into a unique slug, so that 2 projects that could possibly have the same name and are don't cause any issues. So we've got title, description, budget, council, slug there. I'm not going to dwell too long on it. For council and contractor, also added user, which just allows the auth user model, which is like the authentication that's built into Django. For login and sign up functionality, just nicely and quickly done. We've got contractor, as I said, it's got the user name, contact email, created that, updated that. And then we've got tender, so I added this one. You've got project as a foreign key, contractor as a foreign key, the bid amount, the bid details, and so on. And then if I take you guys to the admin page over here, 127 admin, I have to log in because I was logged into that page. We've got contractors. Here's an idea of what the contractors look like. Council, just a test one. We've got projects, this is what the projects look like, and then we've got tenders in here. So that's all done. That's beautiful. Okay. Quickly moving on, so an explanation of views. So In views, we have all councils view that's rendered into the all councils list, and this just lists all the councils that are available. We get all the objects. Here we've got project list API. This I believe is not used anywhere. I was just playing around with JSON responses and didn't like it, so I scrapped it, and I probably should have deleted it, but well, it's in there now. Then we've got, oh, I don't mean to do that, define council detail. This gives the details on a specific council and JSON response data, but I don't use that either. Actually, no, that's a lie. I do use it, and I'll show you in a bit. Got project detail. This just outputs all the project details and then sends that to the projects underscore new.html. There was an old one, that's why it's new. And then there's the data being put into the context. Single project detail. So this is just for a single project, and we get the details of this project from the slug of the URL, and then we return we return a form and a project and project detail.html context. The form is a 10-bit form that I made so that people can bid. Then we've got council sign up. This checks if the council sign up form is valid. If it is, it cleans the data from username, email, password input, and then sets it to that user table. It sets all that and then saves it, logs in, and redirects, and then we've got a return there. My projects, this just returns all of that council users projects. This profile just returns profile info. Contractor sign up, this is the same as council sign up. That's why. The reason why there's stuff in between is because of this. I don't know why, but I thought that should have gone above that. Like at the bottom at the time, it's confusing. It doesn't really matter. I'm not going to bother explaining it. It was just some dumb thought process I had at the time. Then I've got to create a project. So this, sees if it's a user, if it's a council user, checks if the project creation form is valid. If it is, save it, but don't push it. Just stage it, and then we do that magic, and it saves and all that and stuff, and then submit tender. This just gets the tender info and pushes it, and then council bid view. This lets the council user view all the bids, and then I'll show the forms. So these are all the forms. You can take a look. You've got a council sign up form. They do exactly as you'd think. Project creation form and a 10-bit form. And then URLs. You can see here all of the URLs for everything. So we go on to view all the councils, all the projects. Then a specific council. That's API projects, not all the projects. That's for an API call that it doesn't actually work. Then we've got view all projects, view a specific projects, sign up for a council, sign up for a contractor, log in, log out, my projects, profile, create project, project ID, submit tender. So that's for a tender submission for a project, and then council bids. Anyways, that is that. Templates, there are quite a lot. So I used Copilot to help me with this. I'm not the best front end guy ever. I added a few things of my own to it, but it's all explained in the AI usage declaration here. I'll scroll through it, but there's a bit in there. It just mentions what Copilot made and stuff, but all the backend was done by yours truly. So where are we at on the video? 9 minutes. Okay, I'll speed run this. So we've got a contract to sign up, and then this uses our form, and it validates updates the fields and stuff, and if all the fields are correct, it creates the account and stuff. The navigation field, I added these if statements myself, and this navigation here, and and then these else statements. If the user isn't logged in, they can't see these things. They can see projects and cancels, but they can't see my projects, create project or cancel bids. And then they also cannot see the URL, the profile page. Cancel sign up, contractor sign up and log in is what they can see if they're unauthenticated. Cancel bids, this just it uses the project.css style sheet. They all do for the most part, and some of the others. So there's a for loop here that goes through the projects and then fills each project with the tenders for those projects, and that's just the main functionality of it. Council sign up is the same as contractor sign up, basically, so I'm not really going to go through that. Create project, this uses the form, fill in the details, you fill in those details that I showed in form.py, and the views to create a project, my projects, this displays the user's project, so we've got an if statement, projects, and then a for loop that loads the projects from projects of that council user, and then we've got a profile page, and this just displays profile information. So if they're a council user, it says council user. If they're a contractor, they get contractor info. If the user's a council user, they get council information. So the council name of the council person, and the contact email of the council. It's basically the same for the contractor. Then project detail. The same navigation, and then here you've got the bid form. I've removed one of the fields because Copilot added one. It was like enter contractor name. We don't need to enter a contractor name if they're logged in, because it should just grab it from the login info. So that's that, and then projects. The projects underscore new just lists all the projects that currently exist. So for project in projects, it lists all of them one by one and does all that magic. Alright, awesome. Hopefully that's enough of an explanation. I've got the page open here on the side. Here we are. Currently I'm logged in as a council. I'm not. Okay. Log out, please. Log in. We're going to log in as a council user. Council. There we go. Here are the things for it. Here are all the projects that currently exist in the database. I'm going to close that. You can't submit a bid unless you're a contractor. If you press submit bid, it just takes you down to the form that should be there, but we're not a contractor, so that's why we don't see it. And all of these work, so it's all fine. Councils, here lists all the council. If you want a few details of the response in JSON, I don't know why that is. It's stupid. This is my project. It brings you back to the same thing if you press view details, but it just lists your projects. Create projects, I'll just create example 2, and then we'll give this like 1 million, I don't know how much that is, and then if we view details, example 2, there we go, budget. View bids, you can see the bids that have been made, it's just randomness, and then it tells you if it's over budget or not. You can see how many bids have been made, just one for all of them, but I'll make 2 bids on something, because why not? Okay, let's log into a contractor account, which I just have named after myself beautifully. Example 2 here, we'll just submit. It won't work unless it's a 0 ending number. For some reason, I must have messed that up somewhere, but yeah, you can submit that. Oh, no, sorry, I misclicked. Yeah, so I submitted a bid there. Let's submit another bid for, I don't know, let's do pork pie. I'll submit another reasonable bid. There we go. And if I log out and then log back into the council, view bids, you can see 2 bids here. One's over budget, this one's over budget. Within budget, this one. So bid details. Okay, now that's my presentation. This is 15 minutes shorter, so you can imagine how much I was rambling. But please do not cap my marks. I did not mean to miss the checkpoints. I just hadn't read the document, and I can't go back in time, sadly. So hopefully that's all okay, and hopefully that all works out. Thank you.